Okay guys, so we're going to start in turtle, and we've like established our seat belt, and the guy's not opening up for me to bring the hooks in. Okay, so I'm just going to collapse him down to his hip. I can go two variations, just to his hip or drag him all the way down to his side. Initially, when I am dragging him down this way, not just sideways, I normally pull him down at the hip first and then to the shoulder. It just seems a little bit easier to collapse them like that rather than completely sideways where they might end up basing out with their elbow. Of course you can block that anyway here like this, but again look, normally I'll go to the hip and then pull them down to the shoulder. Okay, just rotate towards. So when we get here, the guy is obviously going to do a good job of, well, hopefully for him, of defending everything. He's going to keep his legs high, and he's going to keep his hands protected like this. So it can be quite hard to attack anything from here. And sometimes he doesn't give it a reaction, like he doesn't go back to his knees where we can start attacking. He doesn't really want to turn back towards me. So we're just going to pick him up, okay? And like I said, I could do that from when he's laying on his side, or if you go back to turtle. I can just drop to his hip and then throw him up so that he's sitting here like this, okay? Just turn again. So this is one of the few instances where you can be quite like aggressive with the bulldog choke and actually search it out. Sometimes with the bulldog choke, it kind of lands in your lap a little bit because there's so little control of the body and it's just around the head. Like I said, most of us, you look at the two big examples of it, like Carlos Newton and Ben Askren, kind of like fell into it with a really good grip, and the grip was so good, it wasn't worth letting go. This one, you can chase it a little bit more. Okay, so there's going to be this hand fight coming along here like this. And anytime I feel like his chin is up and his neck is exposed a bit, I can just go ahead and try and choke. Okay, whenever I do release the seat belt, this one hand, the non-choking hand, is always going to try and catch that hand, because I know for sure as soon as I let go, he's going to protect. Yeah, exactly. Okay, and at the very least, I don't want two hands fighting against my one choking arm. Exactly. I want to make it a little bit more even. So as soon as I let go, I'm catching here, and you see the way I punched it in. I'm trying to curl my hand like around his neck like this. I'm not going to grab his shoulder like this. This gives plenty of space for him to pull down with his free hand. Even if he's not pulling down the grip, he'll protect his neck. Okay, so as soon as I release, I catch, punch, and I try and hide his hand as much as possible. Now even here, he's still got this free hand to protect, and he might try and circle out. So he's going to try and get this shoulder away from me and start turning towards me there, and I can start to lose the choke. So rather than allow that to develop, this choking hand, I'm actually going to punch down to the floor. So I'm going to turn away from him and punch here. Now he might base out, he might go to his knees, it doesn't matter, okay? So as soon as I release the choke, one is catching, one is punching. If you ever get the feeling that he's trying to turn with it out this way, we're just going to throw everything to this direction. And then we can go and lock up with our second hand. Personally, on bulldog chokes, I think this is enough. Some people try and get to this rear naked choke, and most of the time it's not necessary. And in actual fact, it gives a split second for him to actually start fighting the grip. So me personally, I like the palm to palm grip. Like a guillotine grip is absolutely fine, but I'll just keep both elbows tucked in. Okay, we don't necessarily need to switch to this. You can if you like. Okay. So from here, I punch and catch, and just throw it in. Now, if he decides to stay on his hip, fine. We'll just squeeze, turn a little bit. Some guys are going to go all the way to the knees. I have to keep weight over his head. Okay, I'm going to make that even harder for him by bringing all my weight off the floor. And then kicking this leg through and being really heavy, and then adding on my squeeze. You can see here I've got my guillotine grip. It could be here like this, but I'm going to keep both elbows pinched. I'm not going to flare this open. He'll roll his head out. Exactly. So elbows pinched here, doesn't matter. I can sit through and squeeze at the same time. So from the turtle position, breaking down to his hip, whether he goes completely flat And then I decide to bring him up, or sometimes it's just I drop him to the hip and then straight up. So again. So any sensation that I get that I feel his chin has come away from his chest, some guys are going to be very strict with that and they're going to keep, here like this, in the whole hand fight, or trying to get round here like this. If I ever notice his chin come away, punch it in, and I catch that free hand. Again, I could just choke here like this. It's very common that you just finish it like this. But if he starts squirming and maybe this isn't perfect and he does start to rotate out this way, I throw everything this direction. And again. Again, I can finish one-handed, even stronger. I go and connect it, palm to palm, guillotine grip, doesn't matter. If you do prefer the rear naked choke, it's absolutely fine. If he does go belly down, I keep my weight over and kick through so that he carries all my weight as I finish the choke. So the next Bulldog choke we're going to chase from the crucifix. Obviously, you can get to the crucifix however you want, just to piece it together with the previous technique. We'll start from the same position. So again, I'm going to either break him down onto his hip to get him flat, or just sit him up. Okay, so whichever variation you want. Here like this, using your elbow on his hip, pull him to his hip, and then sit him up. Okay. So now, if you see how Adam's sitting now, rather than allow him to sit comfortable, what I want to do, I'm going to put his head past his hip line and put him in like this position where he's kind of like half laying down, half sitting. It's not particularly comfortable. Most people will want to adjust, and to do that, even for just a split second, they'll put their hands to the floor and walk their hips back underneath them. Okay, so when I'm here like this, I can just start laying him down. Some people aren't comfortable with this. Yeah, they'll post and then drive their hips. Exactly. And then, so the split second that he has that hand on the floor, I have to anticipate that, and I make this leg quite light. So I like to lean off of here. This is important as well. This is the choking hand. I'm going to try and catch the arm on the same side. Okay. So the second he puts that hand down, that's when we're going to go and hook. Okay. And then I'm going to fall to the opposite side. So this leg behind him, I can just tuck him behind, and then we fall. Now, the same with the choke. I can go ahead and choke here. I know for sure, as soon as I let go of my seatbelt, he's going to use this hand to protect. So I have to anticipate that. And this is always his just blocking. I don't necessarily have to go and find this hand. If he wants to keep his hand out there while I'm choking him, I'm absolutely fine with that. Okay? That hand will come to me, and then I'll catch. Okay? And just pin it here like this. So, and I said in the previous one, a lot of times with Bulldog chokes, they fall into your lap. Okay? So with this, I really do want to genuinely finish the choke here like this. Okay, I have a decent grip under his chin, so he's not tucked it. I've managed to get up here, but he's doing a good job of positionally, like dropping his shoulder. Yeah, and he's starting to get out of the position. He's lined himself up with me. He's dropped his shoulder in between, and I'm already starting to lose the choke. Okay, so I don't want him turning towards me now. If he turns towards me, even just his chin, like the choke is gone. Okay. I have to be able to steer everything back that way. So now this is not a choking arm for the minute. I have to steer his head back across. So I'm lifting and pushing across. And because I have the crucifix, this is not productive to make him go this way. This is actually stopping him going this way. So as I lift and I steer, I'm actually going to release the arm here. And my bottom knee, I'm going to start tucking underneath him so that it starts pushing him this way. And then I can also use this one, whether it's my knee starting to push, or like an outside like butterfly hook here. But I need him to turn that way, not this way. If he comes in towards me, especially with the chin lock, I lose the choke. He potentially gets a good position as well. So everything now is designed to make him go this way. I'll encourage. I'm forcing him to his knees, me to my knees. And then we have our Bulldog choke position, okay? Let me just turn. So what's going to happen, we're going to get here like this. With my head heavy, all I have to do now is snatch this out and then connect. Just like we did before, guillotine grip, palm to palm. If your preference is the rear naked, fine. I don't like it, but just finish it however you like. Okay, so if you just sit to your butt, that's it. So I can lay him down like this. This is my choking arm. This is the arm I want to get. Okay, I could throw him down to the side. He doesn't want to get broken down. He posts. I can hook and then fall. Anytime I'm looking for the choke here, as soon as my seatbelt separates, I'll try and catch this hand, and I do manage to get under the chin. Remember, here he's only got his chin to protect himself. So, like you start in your car, just turn your keys, get under the chin a little bit, lift, lift. But this guy's tough. I'm under the chin, he's still looking to escape position, so he's going to turn towards, that's it, he's going to start to drop this shoulder, and I'm losing the choke. So I'm lifting and steering his head away. I want him to go this way, not into me. So I release the arm, and he'll gladly take that back. It's never good having your arm trapped. So he'll gladly take this out. The bottom knee, I'm going to slide under and start nudging him, and then I can use this top knee as well, like this, or like I said, like a butterfly hook. If he tries to turn towards me, I keep kicking. Let me just turn a little bit. I'm going to force him to go belly down, okay? I'm going to keep hold of this for the moment. Can we turn even more? So kick, 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 kick. Now look, I've built up to one knee. I can finish one-handed. If not, I'm going to, as we come up, I'm going to snatch this hand out and then connect. If he decides to go to his knees, we can finish even by kicking through and being really heavy as well. Let's just go straight to the crucifix. So, release, catch, punch it in. He starts turning towards me. I can't allow that. I lift, steer. I start using my knees. As we start heading down, snatch the arm out,